SGW, SoftGround Wrestling. In Uganda, look at this, they tweeted out, oh my God, Cody Rhodes promises to invest and buy a fully funded wrestling ring. How many people have promised this now? No one's buying you a ring. Osprey bought them one of those big inflatable jump things that for like kids' birthday parties and called it a ring. Now it's Cody going to get them. Maybe Cody can get you guys a lame bus. But like, he's going to buy us a fully funded wrestling ring. How dumb are these guys? They call a ring a fully funded ring. They're only like $2,000. If you can't get a ring, why are you wrestling? Look, for at SGW UG, that's them. What a great name, UG. And help Ugandan wrestling grow. It's not going to grow. You're not going to be a major competitor. Look, they're going to merge along with TNA. With their Jordan Grace is going to come work in NXT. By the way, going to NXT isn't like an achievement. No one saw you. No one watches that. My Discord server won't even steal NXT. That's how fucking lame it is. We almost watched Collision once. That's how lame my server is. But look, this is a game changer for orphan wrestlers, says SGW. To support SGW, here's the GoFundMe. We'll look at what they're making and be mad about that in a moment. But here's Cody Rhodes. Keep in mind as we watch this fucking it owes me $3,000. In 2019, I went through hell for him. And he owes me, and he never paid me back. He's given The Rock these custom watches for WrestleMania. He's pledging to buy rings for niggers. But he won't pay me, the guy he owes. He's like Caniel. He's a welcher. He's like J.R. Ramrod. Cody Rhodes is banned from the Discord server until I get my fucking money.
Hello, this is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and I just
look, this is the video quality of an SGW tweet. They can't even social media. Look at this.
To send a quick message to my friends at
no doubt this was in 1080p or 4K, and they're like, let's just put it up in 144p anyway.
SGW SoftGround Wrestling Uganda.
This is some screen capture they had to do. I'm surprised there's not a watermark over his face.
No. We've all been watching what you guys have been doing lately. I've talked to a few friends about how the experience is down there. It's incredibly impressive, and it's wonderful to see your love at SGW for pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Of course, some shout-outs are
how about me losing everything twice for wrestling? That's not cool. That's not enough love. What, I got to risk my life? Because when I did that, you said don't try this at home. So, like, when we did it, when white people did it, it was bad. But, like fighting in airports, when white people get drunk at the airport, they get fired. When black people get in fights on the way to the show at the airport, they get rehired and rehired and rehired. So if you wrestle at home and you're white, you're blackballed. Yeah. Don't try this at home. How dare you? If you're a nigger and you do it in your backyard in the mud, doing incredibly dangerous moves, we're going to come visit you. We're going to buy you a ring. We're going to worship you. We love the oh, give me some nigger dick. Oh, I want some dick. Give me that nigger dick. Oh, yeah. Nigger dick. What is wrong with this fucking country? This is pathetic. Grow the fuck up.
Boom Bash.
Tell me what's systemic. It's anti-white systemic racism. That's what it is.
Sports entertainment. Of course, some shout-outs are due. Boom Bash, Jordan, Cool Man, Pamela, One Man Army.
F it. Nigger 1, Nigger 2, and Nigger 3. Nigger C3, Nigger C2. Who are these fucking idiots you're talking about? Go fuck yourself. What about Geno? What about Ivan Cage? What about Tyler Spida? What about J-Tay? These people need your help. We need your help. We're dying here. We've been fucking removed from everything. What the fuck do you care? This guy owes me $3,000 fucking dollars, and he's buying a ring for no fucking reason to a bunch of delinquents with the chimp out gene. What a waste. What a piece of shit you are. Get this fucking shit.
And sports entertainment. Of course, some shout-outs are due. I love everything that you guys are doing. It's not lost on me that with the world as divided as it may be.
You hear what he just said? He loves everything that they're doing as they backyard wrestle. If we do it, we must be juggalos. We're not even allowed to skateboard in public as white people. Can't do nothing. But black people can wrestle, take bumps, throw each other around. And this guy shouts them out. The champion, the undisputed WWE champion, the new Stone Cold, the new Roman Reigns right here. The guy who wants to be the top-selling merchandiser of all time is shouting out niggers for backyard wrestling.
It'd be social issues, climate issues, political issues, whatever it may be. One thing that we can universally bond on is our love for pro wrestling.
Wrestling sucks, you f*** it. How about that?
With that said, you guys need a proper wrestling ring. You need one.
No, I need a drink. All right, I need to go get a drink. All right, we're starting this over. I'm going to get so drunk and kill myself right now.
With the world as divided as it may be, social issues, climate issues, political issues, whatever it may be, one thing that we can universally bond on is our love
Cry about
for
it, homo.
pro wrestling.
Your brother's a big fat
With
too.
that said, you guys need a proper wrestling ring. You need one for your stories.
You need
and to
a
be
voice
able to
coach.
do what you do. You got to be welcomed
Stop
into the wrestling
lisping,
business the right
it.
way. You need a proper ring. We have found someone in Uganda who can make it for you. It's
I
not
will
coming
kill
on
you
a
if
boat.
I ever see you,
It's not
bro.
going to get broken. We're going to get it
You're
done. Send the bill to me. It is on me.
Oh, okay.
My gift to you. The wrestling business has literally...
So he's square trade. He's full of shit, right? You get a fucking Xbox controller. You know it's going to stop working in 2 months. You're going to have stick drift on this fucking ring. And he's like, yeah, you're covered for 2 years. And then, go get it fixed at a repair shop and send me the bill? A repair shop for Xbox controllers? What are you even talking about? Like, f*** you. I just wasted $3 on this fucking thing, and now I'm stuck with nothing.
You guys need a proper wrestling ring. You need one for your stories and to be able to do what you do. You got to be welcomed into the wrestling business in the right way. You need
Announcement. One day, very soon, SGW will have a paralyzed and a dead person. Both will happen. And I will celebrate, and I will blame this guy. We'll get a lot of like GoFundMes and even more money sent their way so they can keep killing themselves. I will blame them for that. And I will be so happy when these fucking black kill themselves trying to wrestle. Because they suck at it. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to be high spot guys, but WWE versions. These moves aren't even dangerous, but watch people with 62 IQ do them. They will find a way to die. They will find a way to paralyze themselves. And it is your fault, Cody Rhodes. It's your fault, Will Ospreay. It's your fault, Tony Khan. And because they all donated. And we'll be looking at the GoFundMe to see who else's fault it is. And I'll be having a party.
able to do what you do. You got to be welcomed into the wrestling business in the right way. You need a proper ring. We have found someone inUganda who can make it for you. It's not coming over on a boat. It's not going to get broken. We're going to get it
I need
done.
more.
And
This
when it
ain't
gets
enough,
done,
bro.
send the bill to me.
My God.
It is on me.
Yeah, I got
my
a bill.
gift to you. The wrestling business has literally given me everything in my life that I could possibly dream
Interesting.
of.
It took everything from me. So how lucky are you? I'm going to send you a bill. You owe me $3,000 for being a big fucking...
Back to you guys. Welcome you officially into this big wide world of pro wrestling. I can't wait to see what you do with it.
I promise you I will Cody Rhodes one day, Geno. He'll die at my hands.
I don't think we could promise anything like that. It's just so sad that he's wanting to do it so publicly. Make sure he's like, oh, look at me. I'm such a good guy. A justice, a virtue. Instead of doing what he should have been doing, being a real fucking man, being in the silence, I just decided to give it to my close personal friends, Mansoor and Manny. I mean, not Mansoor, Brandon and Mansoor. So they can actually fucking do their whole charity stream and actually be able to get their goals so these guys can actually own the land, because they don't own the land that they fucking wrestle on. They need to actually own this. So he's not helping them for the real goal that they really need.
If Tammy Sitch was black, she would have gotten away with killing that guy. They would have been like, good. Perfect. Go kill more people. Turns out when black people drink or drive, it's awesome. Let's look at their video in the GoFundMe first. This is why you need to support us. Here's a full match where we beat up a white man. I wonder who's going to win this one. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's, again, their villain, if you don't know what this is. It's a bunch of black people. Their villain is the white guy, the colonizer. By the way, you would love a colonizer, Uganda. SGW. You would love a colonizer. Cody is your colonizer. He's buying you a ring. What do you think colonizers do? They fund your infrastructure. They build you some buildings. They make your shitty fucking mud town a real town. That's what colonizing is. We fix your shit. We do all the hard work as you sit back and do whatever the fuck you've been doing for the last few millennia. Because you can't figure it out. Look at your ring. You can't figure it out. So you got to beg a white man for help. So keep having a colonizer as your main villain. Keep beating them up. They literally murdered the guy as a storyline. The great Flashy Flavio sent $10 and said, "Nig." And I think he's mad about the Celtics score as well. Why didn't that play? Did I not turn the... I didn't turn the bot on, did I? I'm sorry. I'm turning it on now.
Science!
I'm sorry.
What am I doing here? The answer is simple.
Okay, so yeah, you're evil. Oh, let's beat him up. Let's give him white man moves. Let's give him a pedigree. You better do a Pearl River plunge, you nigger. Oh, no. Oh, my God, dude. They sped up the video.
Is my son a vampire? Like, is he glamming me?
I hate this. This is a wallet on a pole match. Okay, cool. So
Is my son a vampire? Like, is he glamming me?
He survived through that. Flashy Flavio, thank you so much for that $10. The alert finally played. All right, so look, they've made $1,300 out of their 10,000 goal. Are you crazy? What are you going to do with that? 25 people are responsible for this. Glenn Ritchie, I hope you fucking. George McKeon, you're on the list. Anonymous, you're fucking dead. Kenny Newberry, dead. Haley Hennier, 400. Our goal tonight's 400, Geno.
Sadly, nobody in this community has that kind of money anymore.
Why?
Because people want to care about themselves and actually give it to a man with actually a father without kids.
Damn it, Geno, you nailed it. That's what I was going to say. All right, also, Timothy Vixulis, Ripley D. Sonata. A lot of Anonymous is sending way too much money. I want to see Tony Khan's name. Sean Burkhead, Emily Leader. Where's Top? Top, that's what we want. All right, Top. Oh, all right, so it's just 500. All right. So maybe Cody, Cody just said send me the bill. Maybe he won't actually pay. He's going to pull a Conor McGregor to Dustin Poirier. It's all for PR, and even then, that's even sicker. To use these people as your black pawns for PR makes me sick. Geno, did you hear that, what is it, Ugandan wrestling, what is it called, SoftGround? Did you hear they've been scamming people?
I've heard like it's scamming, but like or at least the person in charge. But like the fucking stories have been fucking weird to see like what's been happening with these orphans. It's sad that the orphans are having to go through all this shit with the people in charge.
The orphans, you know, you're talking kayfabe, but Ugandan kayfabe. You're Ugandan mark. They're not even orphans. It's all bullshit. They're scamming people. That GoFundMe, like Cody sent thousands of dollars, and Ospreay sent like $2,000 himself or something, and 500 from so-and-so. All these wrestlers sent them a bunch of money, and most of it, where'd it go? They never got the ring. They just fucking scammed everyone.
No, but they got beds. Like when MXM actually did their stream, they actually had these goals. They did bring in beds. They had bunk beds. They had food.
Beds.
There was like things. There was positivity
No,
about
it was
these
for a
orphans actually
ring.
having shows.
Cody sent money for a ring. No one was buying you a fucking bed. Sleep in the fucking soft ground. We don't give a No, that was never part of the deal of the GoFundMe, to buy rations for these fucking people. No, they won our hearts and minds with their wrestling style, and they used it to scam us, and most of the money went to the Jew anyway. Bunch of transfer fees and international fees, so they got a fraction of what was donated, and they didn't use it for what they said they would.
All right, so that's sad. I didn't know about the GoFundMe being this type of way, that they actually took so much out, because GoFundMe is a scam. It's fucking sad. But like I remember MXM doing their whole what was it, For the Dream stream, where they actually made this happen, where they gave them beds and food. Like that was a big thing. They actually had like all these stretch goals that would have been able to help them pay for the land, because they don't actually own it still. It's still leased to that fucking landlord.
Soft ground, soft targets. How Daniel Bombash duped the wrestling world. So no, it's not GoFundMe that scammed anyone. They're helping people. They're saving lives. GoFundMe gave us a Veronica Mars movie. It's these shithead fucking Negro migrants that scammed you because they're not good people. None of those people are. Even if they have good intentions, they have a 54 IQ. They can't even act good if they tried.
And I thought that Lord White was going to help them realize that you can actually be good people. And I thought, in all honesty, a lot of them were shoot orphans. I didn't know some of them were fucking work orphans, and you're saying.
Your favorite wrestlers, Mason Mansour, went out there. They got duped too by Daniel Bombash, who's just the fall guy. He's just the guy who's going to take the blame when all of them stole that money, Geno.
Again, I think it is just Dale Bombash who didn't want us to actually sit down and talk to the real landlord, try to buy this land instead of him, because the whole big
buy
thing is
what
the
land?
fucking landlord. They need to buy.
Why? Buy what land? It's not even their
The
land.
land that they're always fucking having to rent it because this fucking guy who's trying to actually take this land is trying to make it for like sugarcane, trying to fucking take it from these fucking soft ground guys. The whole big point is it's like one of those fucking old action movies, like the classic ones where it is like this fucking old dude wants to fucking take this from all these orphans and make it into a big fucking business.
Sounds like
So
kayfabe
now
to
they're
me.
trying to take this. It's
Sounds-
real.
It sounds
It's
like
true.
the movie Action Point. By the way, then buy the land. Oh, they can't? Big shocker. Get new land. Go somewhere else. Find a new alley. Find a new field. There's nothing on the land that's worth anything. And these people aren't worth anything. Why should a guy who owns land let a bunch of fucking migrant savages hurt each other on it? That's crazy. They're not making any money, obviously. And when they do make money, they're not using it to buy the land. Why not use your GoFundMe to buy the land? Why not make one for it? If this land storyline is real, they're not the good guys in it anyway. You know, if a guy bought land and owns it, sorry. You buy land if it's so fucking easy. I don't own any fucking land either. Look at this. Amid a vast open field surrounded by stunning bamboo groves, two young men covered in mud batter themselves over the head with weapons and objects. Oh, this is great. This is SoftGround Wrestling Uganda. Look, this is super long. AEW standouts. Look at all the people who got scammed. Cody Rhodes, Mr. Stolen Valor. Guy's walking around in fucking military outfits. That guy could never fight a fucking war. He's the biggest pussy I've ever fucking seen. That guy might fly a drone to blow up on a guy. That's about it. Cody Rhodes ain't no fucking military man. He's wearing Michael Jackson military robes and he owes me $3 fucking grand. Oh yeah, okay, SGW. AEW standouts Daniel Garcia and Will Ospreay donated after seeing SGW clips on social media. An American teen, not named due to being a minor, reached out for help. Boom Bash quickly declared him the U.S. ambassador for SGW. A GoFundMe campaign was launched. The goal was 10 grand. The goal was exceeded. Thanks to AEW standouts Daniel Garcia, Will Ospreay, Jordan Grace. Ospreay gave 2,000. Garcia gave 100. Grace gave 200. These people are so fucking poor. Of course they're scamming us for Google Play cards. These fucking wrestlers make me sick. Eventually, the former SGW associate who organized the GoFundMe was suspended from Twitter, never to return after a campaign of online harassment incited by both Boom Bash followers, the guy who runs SGW, and skeptics accused him of withholding the funds. So they got this guy suspended. They made him the fall guy. Look at this. From withholding the funds from SGW, causing delays in getting the money to Uganda. An innocent kid had been implicated as a thief and part of an international conspiracy to scam people out of their money. The truth is that all right, so this is the excuse. A teenager is not in the best position to handle international money. Blah, 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 blah. Getting money to Uganda is enough of a conundrum. GoFundMe and many other services are unable to blah, blah, blah. But look, this is how they got around it. Due to how complex the process is, the transfers were facilitated through a person in the UK with dual Ugandan citizenship. Look at how deep this scam goes. They have all these people. It is an international scam. What was, let me see. Sophia Fee. Do you know who's that? That name sounds familiar.
And I'm not sure I've ever heard this name before. This individual that seems to be the fall guy. Oh, this is the fucking streamer that I've seen randomly watching Twitch videos.
Yeah, Geno, this is the girl from the UK who helped out.
Locked in.
Look at what we have here,
So you watched this girl, Geno?
There's like a random fucking Twitch stream I saw, like her talking to people on where she was talking about wrestling. I don't know like why she
See?
randomly came up in like the 4 when I was always on fucking Twitch. With
The
her.
people who are conning you are right in front of your face. It ain't me.
So,
Do you see yourself in that character at all? Because you can be an in-your-face person.
make that a little bit, yeah.
Come on.
Oh my God, what a fucking dreadful conversation that is. So that girl was helping the scam. Despite a large chunk of the donations being lost to fees, what was left of the money did make it to Uganda. Oh, then what happened? Boom Bash was furious over the delays and began blaming the very people who were working hard on his behalf. And look at his own quote. He says, "I abused the fundraising volunteer badly." He said, "Once provoked, I became a snake." He said, I think I am not dumb," he boasted. He went on to describe how his degree in surveying uniquely equipped him to outsmart a teenager. That volunteer has since disappeared from all involvement in SGW, citing harassment and stalking stemming from the controversy. No one's safe. So this SGW is supposed to be some wholesome nigger thing where all these black people aren't shooting each other, but instead doing pedigrees off the second rope, doing Pepsi plunges. Turns out they're dumb like all and con artists like all humans. Look at this. Citing harassment and stalking stemming from the controversy. Boom Bash also had a backup plan in case the money didn't arrive. Look, multiple insiders confirmed a video had been shot, look at this, wherein SGW trainees, the orphans, Geno, were told to speak about how they were ripped off, shifting blame to the volunteer. They were going to partake with they did. There was a successful online bullying campaign done by the SGW owner, starter, whatever, against a volunteer who was there to help him that was made a fall guy. The SGW talent, the orphans, recorded a video directly, targeting the same teenager. Some kid who's just helping to get him more hate online. Are these the heroes that Cody Rhodes should be sending $2,000 to? That Will Ospreay should be sending $1,000 to? Maybe they didn't vet that very well, did they? Were Mason Mansour as safe as we thought they were? Maybe in my mind, when they flew out to Uganda to hang out with these fucking savages. These people are fucking evil and disgusting. And help them out anyway because it makes us look good. PR. Good PR to help a bunch of black people. I saw Mr. Beast do it. Let's ignore the white people in America who actually need help. They're not allowed. They're not on the census anymore. They don't win titles anymore. If you're a white guy with a belt in the WWE, you better have an accent, Gunther. So look at this. Shifting blame to the frightened volunteer, who at the time was desperately trying to find a way to get the money to Uganda. This was then held over his head by Boombash himself. An array of threatening, aggressive communications warned the former SGW associate that if they didn't get their money, they would blame him and take pains to ruin his reputation publicly before there was a chance to establish it. And you know these fucking teenager marks panic over this fucking shit. All they want is to be liked. Remember that one who made the attire or the controller or something for Zelina Vega? And they were so scared they said, fine, I don't need to get money for it. Like they were bullied into not being paid for it. When they came out later with text messages proving this, all of a sudden Zelina attacked this person now on Instagram publicly again. No. Here's, I wanted to pay them. They didn't want it. No, you used your power like the Weinstein Company, like Harvey Weinstein. You used your power to bully a teenager into making you free. Just like is happening here with SGW. All these wrestlers think they're so fucking clever, conning their biggest fans, and they're fucking idiots. They're not professionals. They don't know what they're doing. With a hefty portion of the money being paid out to various financial service providers. Do you know another word for them? Jews. I'm going to make a GoFundMe and blame Geno for it. Geno Mayweather, the drunk, is here and said, did you hear about Mr. Beast's trans boyfriend leaving for hitting up minors? No! Tell me all about it! Did that happen? No fucking Yes, I heard about it. I can't fucking escape this 2 weeks later, I'm still hearing about it from this asshole. In a video posted by Bombash, I want to see that, to the SGW account on X, the group claimed that here's the con, here's the scam. So Will Ospreay sent $1,000. Cody Rhodes might have sent more than $2,000. I'm just remembering too. What is it? 200 from Jordan Grace, 100 from Danny Garcia. Tony Khan definitely sent something, because these are black people, and that's cool to do. White people don't try this at home. Injuries can happen at any time. Remember Rey Mysterio? So look, the group claimed that taxes, transportation, and other factors made it impossible to purchase a ring. So how much more do you need? We'll send it over. What was it? They got over like 10 grand. What the f*** are you talking about? So we didn't think it through. We don't have the infrastructure to even get a ring here. And once it's here, what are we going to do? Build it? Look at us. Look at our skin color. We're stupid. Think we're going to build a ring? By the way, Geno says we don't even own the land. What are we going to do with the ring? Where are we going to build it? The whole thing was impossible from the start, and they knew it. But they took your money anyway because you and because you were going to send it, Geno. How much did you give them?
I sadly did not have a chance to give them any money, but I do know that thanks to Mace Events, so I believe they still have their great dream shirt that I do want to try to buy because I want to support what I can.
And then this is supposed to make it better. Instead, the money would be used to build an office and food storage area. Doesn't that sound harder to make? It is a ring's pretty easy. Referees can do it. I don't think a referee can build an office. It is unknown how much of this money went towards these goals. We don't know where it went. They just said that. We don't know where the money is, but we sent it to them because we're fucking stupid. But an SGW source did note, where are these fucking assholes now? Do they even have a Twitter anymore? Did they do an exit scam like Silk Road 2.0 when I bought my fucking weed and it never came because it closed down? You know, you don't want to get on the deep web. It's scary. They have exit scams, these fucking markets. So look at this. August 9th, they tweeted. Okay, all right, they're still tweeting. We used the money to get awful shirts made. Is that the office and food storage area? We built clotheslines to dry our clothes. People hate progress at Tony Khan, says SGW. Keep winning and talk less. Whoa. What does that mean? Here's another clip. That's not a ring. Now they're wrestling on manure. Their own manure. They're defecating mid-pedigree. Look, only 39 likes. No one cares anymore. No one gives a f***. But they got their money. Who cares? We got our $10,000. We don't need you to give a f*** anymore. By the way, are you seeing how dangerous this is? As this guy's neck just hooked the fake rope. Look. Look at this. They don't know what they're doing. Look. The rope's on his forehead right now. These fucking people don't know what they're fucking doing. And we have wrestlers, professional wrestlers, sending them thousands of dollars to do it. After telling us our whole lives not to try this at home. Why aren't you fucking mad right now? Because we're white, we're evil. That's the story. That's literally their storyline, too. They have a white guy who plays a colonizer. And yeah, send them thousands of dollars. What a great message to get out there. By the way, you're welcome for colonizing. Maybe that's what Uganda needs. They're running around naked in like Super Bowl champion shirts of people that never won a Super Bowl. You could send these guys $1 million, they wouldn't have a fucking ring. They don't know what they're doing. Do you think they know how to handle money? They're going to eat each other alive. They're cannibals. They're going to kill each other and eat each other for the money. Now, let's see your Mr. Sacco. Pull it out. They're in fucking mud. This is fucking sick. You know who should be having this match? You know, Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty should be in a fucking mud pit naked. This sucks.
I think this stuff is just great and entertaining. Just seeing these people living their best life, these orphans that are just trying to have fun and live.
Orphans. So a bunch of black dads abandoned them? That's what you're saying?
The dads that died trying to protect them and save them from people attacking them and trying to kill them.
Really? What war is that?
The war that they're always in every single day of their lives.
Exactly, because they're savages. Every fucking tribe has a machete war every day. And then we bring them to America, and they look just like that and act just like that. That's Detroit. That's Chicago. That's Uganda. These fucking people are sick. No matter where they go, they destroy it. Don't help them.
I think I want to help them just so they can hopefully have a better life one day.
Thanks, Cody, for the money.
It's not getting better. Smash
The guy in a cape. They got a hurricane. The hurricane coming through.
Getting better. Smash
The sickle cell coming through. This was the first in a long line of questionable events relating to SGW's alleged abuses and mafia boss-like tactics of Boombosh and the way he handles the business. There had long been... You think any of those people we saw on screen could handle it better? No. It's going to go much worse. Is that him? Yep, he's just one of them, but he has a shirt on. The founder is like the rest of them. Mafia boss way of running it. Or you mean boss way? Boom Bash simply promotes it as a place where orphans can come train and get their bodies and minds in shape, eat well, and learn the ropes of wrestling. There were certainly red flags right from the start. Not for you, though, right, Geno? No red flags for you. Not for Cody. He sent $2,000. If there's red flags, why are these wrestlers sending $10,000 to them? Look, because they're black people, and it's public. That's why. But they either went undetected or ignored. Bomb Bash and his troop of young grapplers marched forward, riding the wave of their international viral success. So the Lord White storyline was anti-white, which made all the white wrestlers really want to send money. Yeah, f*** us. Soon they announced an online stream that would help them achieve the dream. This is what Geno was referencing. The goal was to raise money for beds, mattresses, 6 months of food and water, a van so the group could travel. Where? You're going to drive through the mud? What, to that pines forest where the Sopranos got lost? And cash to buy or continue to lease the land. They were renting for $200 a month. What a deal, Geno. That's what I'm paying. The event was set for May 6, 2024. How'd that go? The stream had an endlessly positive vibe. Did Adam Cole cry about it? And the public was more than happy to send their money to help. Ooh, how does this end? $30,000, Geno. So they already stole $10,000, never bought a ring. Now they stole $30,000. How do I do this? Look at this. After raising $40,000 with the initial intent of buying a ring. Wait, hold on. So they're adding it together, I hope. That $40,000 is both, I assume. After raising $40,000 with the initial intent of buying a ring, SGW is still in the mud. The following month, the top star in WWE, Cody Rhodes, announced he was going to buy the ring, Geno. Well, no. Can you send it to our UK ambassador with dual citizenship to Uganda on a Thursday because on the weekend is how shady can this get behind the scenes? Look at this. Fully funded ring to be constructed locally. So what happened? They now had the money, a legitimate ring on the way, and a solid core of international fans, not involving Kevin Scampoli. It was at this point that some fans started to notice that SGW was getting a little bombastic for a place running a charity. The SGW founder, and I'm not going to call him Bomb Bash anymore. I'm calling him SGW. He's not different. He is them. They're acting like this is some like rotten apple in a sack of just glowing, beautiful people with great intentions. These are desperate sickos with low IQs. Bomb Bash is the best of them. He's not worse than them. The SGW founders started floating delusional ideas of events in a 50,000-seat stadium. And you think the other talent wasn't? You think those guys doing flips onto each other didn't believe that? They thought they were famous. You got 2,000 views on Twitter. You think you're a fucking celebrity now. These people are pathetic. And you got Cody Rhodes making videos to you. Yeah, you think you're going to WrestleMania. Major wrestling. Meanwhile, Cody owes me $3,000. Major wrestling outlets picked up on the unverified claim by Bomb Bash that SGW had signed a television deal as well. Do they have TV in Uganda now? Look, they should try getting floors too. On July 1st, 2024, Bomb Bash used the official SGW account. So it's not Bomb Bash. Stop saying it. SGW used their own Twitter to make the major announcement of being on TV. They pulled no punches, stating that a contract had been signed. NBS Sport was the company that was going to air them. Searching for more details, I contacted NBS Sport. Let's see. I was met with silence. So, Geno, they're lying scam artists. They stole your money twice. They stole Cody's ring. We never saw the ring. Did they sell it? They stripped it down and sold it for whatever copper was in it. And then they lied to you about a TV deal to set up their next scam. They're not smart, but they think they are.
It is sad they do keep scamming, but I get the Achieve the Dream stream actually was successful enough that we did get videos of them and showcase that they got all these months worth of food and the beds. So that's the thing. I at least know that those were real. That actually did happen.
We know it was successful. They got $30,000. And they showed you 2 beds and you thought that was worth it? Where's this fucking money going? It's like BLM. Remember, everyone was sending Black Lives Matter money. That money went to buying mansions for the founders of the Black Lives Matters group, which people didn't even know was a real thing. They thought it was a movement. They're sending money to specific black people that are scamming them. That's what's happening here. So they showed you some Capri Suns, and you think the $30,000 is accounted for. They conned you. I hope they never get a bed. I hope they never eat again. I hope they fucking starve to death. They're lying scam artists. And you're like, well, at least they had a good meal. Them. They should never get to fucking eat. When asked to prove the deal was legit, SGW sent me an undated, unsigned contract. They think they're so fucking clever. They think they're so famous. And it's over for them now. Now they got 40 grand. That's good for them. I lost a lot more than that, speaking my mind, so I'm jealous. Look at this. Boom Bash then sent me another page, presumably the final page of the contract. It listed miscellaneous terms regarding a memorandum of understanding. There were signature places for Kin Carissa, CEO of NBS. Was there a signature? Probably not. I bluntly asked SGW if they were lying about a contract, and they were unable to provide the contract. Look at this. They replied, "They gave us this to read, and after, we shall send you everything once we agree on the exact time. Everything is well and being worked upon." Where's the ring, asshole? I just saw a fucking video 2 days ago. On Twitter, no ring. Cody Rhodes didn't send you a pile of mud. He sent you real ropes. What happened? I once again asked SGW if there was a contract, blah, blah, blah. So, in other words, there was no contract, says this article. After I asked directly, SGW told me to contact NBS. Oh, they're giving the runaround because they're so intelligent with their jigs level IQ of 58. It is worth noting that this is so jig right here. So if you don't know Jigs, he's this dumb black Ugandan on our Discord who stole $200 from someone, then would go on Discord and brag about how they'd never borrow money from anyone. But they would never be that stupid to ask someone in the TWFS community for money, knowing full well he already stole $230. And the guy who sent it to him accidentally sent it to the wrong account, had to send it twice. $460 down the drain for some Ugandan leech who pretended it never happened until even after we found out. And he was, Jigs, this guy, was calling my best friend Frankie poor and a loser. Me and Frankie gamble every day on tennis because we're not poor. We have money to blow. We don't need to GoFundMe to do it. We don't have to ask Kaniel for it. Kaniel just sends it. So he's calling my best friend poor that watches Jessica Pegula with me win the Canadian Open as he's stealing $400 from me. Any money in this community goes to me. If it goes to anyone else, you're stealing it from me. Why is that guy unbanned? All right, so it is worth noting there is no board of directors for SGW. No. You think they know what that even is? Do you think they have a table with chairs? What do you think that's going to look like? Because it does not legally exist. That's right, Geno. You and Cody Rhodes and who else? Danny Garcia and Jordan Grace are sending money to something that isn't even real. The wrestlers, the workers are getting worked by 40 IQ dumb f***s. How fucking perfect is this? All we do is talk about how stupid wrestlers are. How they spend their lives taking bumps all the time, shaking their brain around. They act like they can do a podcast and be smart or funny. You're all stupid. You try to con people out of Google Play cards, and then you're getting tackled on Raw, Seth Rollins, because we know you did that. And now look, these guys are actually conning the conners. They're working the workers. They're scamming the stupid wrestlers because wrestlers don't exist anymore, Geno. Now they're just employees without employee benefits. They're so dumb. They have less power than employees have, and they're walking around thinking they're independent contractors on eggshells. No, they're getting scammed by dumb people. This is so perfect. Geno, wrestlers don't exist. It ain't the 90s. Stone Cold retired. You have nothing but Cody Rhodes now.
No, but there are some wrestlers that do exist that know where their fucking money goes to make sure it does go to the exact same way. So when they have a goal set in place, instead of getting the real scammers, it is SGW saying, oh, this way we go for a ring. when there's people who actually have a mediation, that being the Amazing Man, Sword, Mace, when they set up this whole Achieve the Dream stream, they knew exactly where this money was going to go, how it was going to go. They made sure that this money went directly to that cause. And they have beds, they have food, they have this location because of that. There's not like, oh, SoftGround Wrestling will do. We'll do it.
Then why
No,
does
they
this
make sure to have
article
someone to do it.
exist? You're telling me everything's on the up and up because you saw a bunk bed. This article exists because it wasn't on the up and up. They got scammed. Why are you still acting like they didn't? Do you want to read this yourself? Do you need some time to study? You're lying yourself now. You're parroting their lie like it's real. You're getting worked. No, they scammed you. Buying groceries, it doesn't cost $30,000. Stop it. So a search for any legal entity known as SoftGround Wrestling yields no results. Because, again, they wouldn't know how to do that. They're just dicking around. Making money off their dicking around. They're not an LLC. Look at this. The Ugandan Registration Services Bureau database. What is that? That doesn't even exist. So look, a close SGW colleague provided several documents that he claimed proved the legitimacy of SGW. These documents, in fact, prove nothing other than that paperwork is to form a company called Boombosh Wrestling Academy Limited was filed, but not completed. So he started filing it, just didn't get to it. Took your money, never got the ring. They're wrestling in the dirt, and Geno thinks everything's on the up and up still. When they had a guy send them thousands of dollars, they had 40 grand sent to him, a ring sent to them, and it's not even there. What are you talking about, Geno? Oh, but they had a loaf of bread. The real owners of the land found out people were vandalizing the land, called the police. So those aren't bad guys. The people vandalizing the land are bad guys, Geno. The arrest included several names that SGW fans would know. So the whole roster and Boombosh got arrested because they're destroying somebody's fucking land for a stupid hobby and a scam. They're scamming us in America, and they're scamming whoever owns that fucking land. Unbelievable. But they're good guys to you. They're heroes. They're so great. Oh, my God. They can't come back to Discord until they send me 40 grand. All right, so Jigs is sending me 400. These guys are sending me 40 grand, and then everyone's reinstated. But Well Dweller's never coming back, Geno. SGW, unfortunately, is likely to continue down a path of implosion. Oh, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see how this actually ends. It's over already, but they're stubborn, those people. They're going to be wrestling in the mud for months. And when someone finally dies or Cody makes a new video exposing them, who knows what it'll take. Eventually, this will go away. There'll be no more tweets. It'll be a graveyard, that account. And I'll be there to pay homage every Thursday.